no, the game is just it's a beautiful game, and
Right.
like we're talking about now, it's like it teaches you so much about life,
Right.
you know.
Well, we've been blessed to make a career out of
Oh,
soccer.
it's a blessing.
So it's
It's a
and
blessing.
thank God for that. You know,
Just like he gave it to us, he can also
take it away.
take it away any
Absolutely.
moment, any day. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely a blessing to
Yeah,
be able to wake up and practice it and try and master it every day
for sure.
and study it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful thing for sure.
And just having an able body just to get out there and
Mm,
just run. You know, it's like that too. People take for granted. You
that's
know.
that's the tool. That's our
Yep.
ultimate tool, right?
Mm-hmm.
To and the mind too.
Yeah,
For the
absolutely.
mind for anything.
They have to connect.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
sometimes
sir.
it's like this.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
most times, we're
Yeah.
trying to get there. You
Yeah,
know.
sometimes you want to
Yeah.
exactly integrate them and
Yeah.
make sure they're at par.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Um, I know your road to success and the professional level was an interesting one.
Yeah.
I know you told me a little bit about it, but just I don't know. Go ahead and tell the people like how you your steps because
Yeah.
usually people go to a college, a D1 or whatever it is, and then they go and get drafted
Mhm.
or straight into pros. And
Mhm.
your story is a little bit different.
Yeah. So when I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
I made sure to get good grades
Mm-hmm.
because I was always told like, hey, get good grades, especially by my mom and just I had good teachers, good coaches that would just keep me on the right path, and
Right.
say, hey, you got to get good grades to get into college. That was the main thing, college,
Mm-hmm.
college. And so um, thankfully, I was able to play the sport that I love and get good grades at the same time. And
Right.
it was because of my grades that I was able to get offers to colleges to
Mm.
academic scholarships to go
Awesome.
and study something.
That's great.
So out of high school, I my senior year I got an opportunity at UCI to
Mm-hmm.
study criminology
Mm-hmm.
or to go to UC Santa Barbara and study mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
Um, and so I made my final decision
Mm-hmm.
on soccer.
Yay.
Uh, so UC Santa Barbara it's soccer heaven they call
Yep.
it, right?
It is.
Huge football program,
Mm-hmm.
D1 program. So I remember coming with my older brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he's my father figure, and
Right.
he would drive me to my games. He'd drive me around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I thank him for that. But we came and we visited the campus, and we actually came and we were able to talk to one of the assistants and just ask him questions. Obviously I wasn't picked, or what is it when they
Scouted.
I wasn't scouted
Mm-hmm.
to go and play there, but
Mm-hmm.
that was my goal. That was my dream
Mm.
to play for
Yeah.
UCSB.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hear you.
So my final decision was I want to go to UC Santa Barbara
Right.
and study mechanical engineering
Mm-hmm.
because I want to play soccer there.
Yeah. For
That
sure.
was it. It was soccer, and so yeah. So in 2009, came to UC Santa Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
Tried walking on. Uh, Spring of that year, 2009. I tried out. Spring 2009 was the last cut right before the fall season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember after talking to Vom Stieg, he called me in his office. He's like, "Hey, I won't need you this upcoming season.
Mm.
Yeah." he he's like, "Yeah." What's up, Vom Stieg?
What's up, coach?
Yeah. He's like, I won't need you. He's like, he's like, I saw that you gave it your all,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just the way it is. I won't need you.
Right.
So I thank them for giving me the opportunity
For
to at
sure.
least be there, be around the guys, and
Absolutely.
have that opportunity to try and walk on.
Great experience.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I remember after that walking out of his office and calling my brother. He was the first one I would always call.
Mm-hmm.
After trials, whatever. Um, and I was walking home, and I was like, hey man, didn't make the team. And I started crying,
Mm.
and he's like, hey, you know, pick your head up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's life,
Right.
you know. On to the next one.
For
That's
sure.
all. That's all he said. He's like, he asked me, why are you crying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and like I told him it meant a lot to me,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And then he's like, hey, well, that's, you know, that's life. Things sometimes don't work out the way we want them to, but
Yeah.
you gotta get your head up and keep moving and looking for the next, you know, the next step and the next
Solid advice.
opportunity, you know.
Solid.
And so, yeah, that was that. I kind of took a few weeks off, you know, just to kind of reassess everything
Mm-hmm.
and get my mind straight again. Because
Yeah.
I was just like, that was like a low blow, you know. I really wanted it, and I
For
thought, you
sure.
know, a lot of the guys on the team were like, man, like you really deserve it, like you know.
Right.
But like again, just things didn't work out, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a reason for it.
Absolutely.
So after that, I looked into, I tried out for the club team.
Mm-hmm.
Made the club team at UCSB,
Nice.
and that was fun. That was a really fun experience. We would travel. We would go down to LA, play against UCLA,
Right.
USC. We would drive up to Berkeley,
Mm-hmm.
play their club teams. So that was a lot of fun, you know, and it kept me in it. And
Yep.
like I said, I've always loved the game, and I continue to love it. And
Right.
that just kept that fire going, you know. Um,
Definitely.
so while at UCSB, I was also playing in the men's adult league,
Okay.
the Santa Barbara Adult League,
Like a Sunday league.
like Sunday league.
Okay.
So I was just playing a lot, man. Like I would
Nice.
play intramurals, you know,
Mhm.
like play
Pickup.
pickups.
Yeah.
Yeah, go out to the turf and play pickups.
Right.
I was playing so much, you know.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. So that was that. In 2014, I graduated June 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and before graduating, I was able to, my, my bad, it was after graduating.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to join, play for a little bit for the Ventura County Fusion.
Okay.
So Rudy Ibarra was the head coach at the time, and he saw me. We scrimmaged his U18,
Yeah.
Santa Barbara boys team.
That's a great team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, ballers.
Mm-hmm.
We scrimmaged them with our Sunday league team.
Oh,
like,
shoot.
yeah, there was like a connection there between
Yeah.
Rudy and like a few of our players.
Gotcha.
So we were able to get a scrimmage in there. I think Rudy wanted to test out his players, see how they
Absolutely.
matched with men, you know. So we scrimmaged them, and I just tore it up. I was playing forward at the time, striker,
Nice.
and it just tore it up. And then at the end, I guess Rudy was like asking about me, like, "Hey, who is this guy?" You know?
Yeah.
He's like, I wanna see if I can take him to the Fusion. And
Right.
so I kind of overheard. I overheard, and like,
Perfect.
yeah, my teammates were like, "Hey, you know, like, Rudy was asking about you, you know?" And,
Right.
and I was like, "Oh, really?" Like, you know, all excited, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, "So, like, what? Like, why isn't he talking to me? You know,
Yeah,
like."
yeah.
um,
That's not how it's done.
yeah,
It's
and
like,
so
hey,
then
you
I
go
was
tell
like,
him.
you know what? I was like, let me get his number, you know? I was like, let me get his number. So yeah, I got his number that same night, that evening after our game. We scrimmaged in the morning. I think it was like a Saturday or Sunday morning. That afternoon, I texted him. I was like, hey coach, like, hope you're doing well. You know, this is Ronnie. We played we played against your U18 team this morning.
Right.
I was like, I heard you know, you thought I did well, and
Yeah.
I was thinking if I can try out for the Fusion, or you know, go train with you guys. And
Sweet.
and yeah, so that was on a Sunday. I remember now. That was on a Sunday. On a Monday, he's like, yeah, sure, come out tomorrow. We train tomorrow in Ventura. So I went out, trained with them, and then on Tuesday, they had a what's it called?
Scrimmage.
Yeah, scrimmage, exhibition match versus Scotland, the Rangers,
Oh wow.
the Scottish Premier team versus Glasgow Rangers. The Rangers. Yeah,
Woo.
yeah.
Wow.
At the college, Ventura College. He's like, you know what? We have a game tomorrow versus Rangers. He's like, He's like, oh, I'd like for you to come out. He's like, I
Yeah.
want you to suit up, but I don't guarantee any playing time. I was like, hey, coach, like, that's perfect. You know,
Right.
like,
Right.
thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened on a Monday. Tuesday comes around.
Right.
I make the drive out to Ventura from Santa Barbara. I was still living in Santa Barbara at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we suit up, start warming up, everything. Game starts right around the 70th minute. Coach Rudy, he's like, hey, Ronnie, get up. You warm up. You're coming on. And again, I was playing striker. I was playing forward at the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
Is there another
Excited,
Ronnie?
yeah.
Is there another Ronnie on the bench?
So yeah, start warming up. Doing my warm-ups, what I knew what to do. Just
For
trying to get my
sure.
body warm, and I get on. I think it was like the 73rd minute, something
Mhm.
like that. And like 2-3 minutes later, on my first touch, I received a nice through pass by our left back, James Keefe, big Santa
What's up,
Barbara
Keith?
player. Yeah, Keefe. Gives me a nice through ball in between the two center backs. I
Yeah.
make a run in between the two center backs. Plays me a nice through ball. I go 1v1 versus their keeper
Mm-hmm.
and put it away. That was I think we were 1-1,
Nice.
tied 1-1. It was for 2-1 to go up.
Would it be safe to say that's one of your biggest goals you ever scored in your life?
So that was like that moment.
Yeah.
That was like a big like realization for me that like I can play.
Yeah.
I can play with the pros. I can play against the pros.
I'd say so.
Like that was
Mhm.
that was like a huge confidence booster. Like
Yeah.
that was like what? Like I just did that against a premiership team
One
from
of the best
Scotland.
teams in the
yeah,
world.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just like a high for me, and yeah. After that, we the Fusion started playoffs
Mhm.
for the PDL, and yeah, played. I would go on like 20 minutes it was like 3 games. We got to the semifinal, lost
Yeah.
against Kitsap Pumas
Mhm.
in Tucson, in penalties.
Mm.
Yeah,
Heartbreak.
yeah. But yeah, that was that experience with the Fusion.
Mhm.
So after that,
Cool experience.
yeah, it was a great experience,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, like I tell you, that was the moment where I was like, crap, like I can
That was a
I can do
revelation.
this. I can do this.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm like, man, what do I do now? Our season's over.
Mhm.
What do I do now? And I still had that fire. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I want it so bad. I want to get to the pros and I want to play professionally.
Right.
And so I contacted RJ, who was my coach at UC Santa Barbara for the club team.
What's up, RJ?
What's up, RJ? I contacted him and I was like, hey, coach, this is my goal. This is what I want to do. I need to be training. I need to be, doing things to get me to that level.
Right.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, man, I would love to. But he still lives in Santa Barbara, and he was living in Santa Barbara at the time. He was like, yeah, I would love to. So we just set like a schedule Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. We would meet at the grass fields out in Santa Barbara, right behind the graduate housing.
Got it.
We meet there every day, 8 a.m. Sometimes we would go out to the beach. He would put me through some like sand workouts, and man, it was a great time. We did that for about a month.
Nice.
And then after that, and I was playing adult league again,
Mhm.
just to maintain and
Got it.
just to be ready for anything that
Mhm.
any opportunity that could come,
Right.
So after that, I was kind of like, like what do I do now? Like, so I ended up going back home to Orange County. Started working at a Enterprise, the rental car company. But I was still training. I would still go out for runs, making sure I was touching the ball. Playing adult league out there as well.
Sure.
Yeah. And sometime around October 2014, that same year, I got an email from the Fusion about a combine being held here in Ventura. They hold combines, the trials
What's a combine for people who don't
A combine is
know?
so they invite coaches from professional teams.
Mhm.
So in this case, the Fusion usually invites teams coaches from the USL
Mhm.
to come and scout players. So you sign up for it, you pay for it, um, and you go and you just play. You play about 30-minute halves, 30 to 45 minute halves, and you just play games. Um,
Cool.
yeah, so got that email, and I was like, nice. There's gonna be professional coaches there, like from pro teams. Like,
Right.
this is it right here. This is my
For
opportunity. This is
sure.
my opportunity. So yeah, signed up for it, paid my fee, um, and went out. I think it was like mid October, late October. Went out and just crushed it. I had to because I was like I was a no name. I wasn't
Mhm.
in the system. I wasn't in the radar, like so
You were hungry.
I was hungry.
Yep.
I was hungry, and I had to stand out, and I knew that.
Mhm.
I told myself that, like, and I remember leading up to the trial, um, just the self confidence and the self belief that I had in myself was just like through the roof, you know. Um, so I think that was huge too. One thing is, like, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to um, tell yourself that you're gonna do it, and
Mm.
because if
Amen
you
to
don't,
that.
yeah, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in what you're doing in the process, I don't, no one else is,
Yeah.
just
Why do it, right?
yeah. So um, that was huge going into the trial, and yeah, just like I believed it, I was able to do it.
Mm.
Thankfully, I was able to do it, which is the next step. Is one, having that belief. Two, being able to execute that belief, action, right?
Yes.
So I went out and just crushed it. And I remember it's a 2 day trial, Saturday, Sunday. And after the trial on Sunday, they give the players an opportunity to thank the coaches, and the coaches have their spiel and thank the players for their time and everything. So um, I remember going around and thanking every coach. I think there was like 6 coaches from different USL teams. And Steve Tritchu, the Colorado Springs Switchbacks coach,
Mhm.
he actually like stopped me. He was like, so I was like, thanking everyone,
Mhm.
and they would all just be like, "Oh, thank you, son," and just move on. You
Yeah.
move on to the next coach, and they were all lined up, and
Yeah.
and he is like, hey, like, come over. Like, he wanted to talk.
Mm.
He was interested. So yeah, we talked, we exchanged information, and he's like, yeah, he's like, I think you have what it takes. He told me straight up. And he's like, I want to make you an offer. So like,
Wow.
yeah, it was like that moment. I was like,
It's on.
it was like, everything just happened so quick. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, man, like, wow. And like, yeah, and like after the trial, I call my brother. Hey, I call
Yeah.
my brother.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, Eddie, what's up, brother?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, man, one of the coaches showed a lot of interest, and he
Mhm.
says he's gonna send me a contract, and he's like, hey, man,
Oh,
hey,
awesome.
congrats, it's
Yeah.
well done. And so um, that was on a Sunday, and then yeah, Monday he emailed me. He's like, hey, this is what I have for you. This is the
Mhm.
contract, and your first contract is like you just take it.
Oh, absolutely.
You just take it, like, whatever it is, like however much money, whatever they're offering is like
It's no negotiating there.
you're not negotiating
No.
anything, especially, like I said, especially being a no name, being like
Mhm.
nobody really knows who you are. It's like, just take it. It's just like a key to open the door
Mm. I like that.
to more opportunities, to
Yes.
showcase yourself. And so yeah, it just I took it, signed it, and that's how that was my journey to the pros.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a story, man.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah,
So, I mean, right there, this not only hard work, but you know, self confidence, self belief. Staying ready,
yeah,
taking a different course that everyone's course is different, but
right,
I mean, your course was just how it all came about. and it was all a testament to like your hard work, you know, your perseverance. You know, you kept chipping away,
Yeah.
and you knew that if you didn't give up, you knew that there would be some kind of door that would open. And as soon as that door presented itself, you're like, I'm taking this key, I am opening it, and I am getting rid of that key,
Yeah.
man. I'm there.
Yeah.
And now you've been there for what? How many years now?
I just completed my 5th season.
Oh,
yeah, my
nice.
5th season.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
blessing because it's hard to get in. It's hard to make it.
Mm-hmm.
It's even harder to stay in.
For sure.
It's even harder to play for even 2 years, 1 year.
Yeah.
A lot of guys play one season and it's a wrap. It's done. But it's definitely it's been a blessing.
My brother, man, he played pro for a USL team.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. They played against Columbus Crew. Who one of those. I can't. Sorry, bro. I forgot. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But he played pro for a year.
Yeah.
It was near Columbus or Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a USL team.
A USL team.
Yeah.
On the East Coast.
Midwest.
In the Midwest.
But exactly what you said though.
Yeah.
He became a pro, and he got there. He played, and he went back home. He met his wife, had 3 kids.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah.
But he made it there. You know.
He made
But
it.
just like you said though, once you get there, to stay there
Stay. Yeah.
and stay on top and be relevant, it's a different thing. You got to constantly work, and you got to constantly, you and I have been training. I got to see how you work, and there's no mistake why you're at this level. You know what I mean? You've put in the time. You deserve it, and I wish you all the best.